Oh, yes.
I was hoping that I could go through this one without crying. No way. The history of the moment, the 45th anniversary of the I Have a Dream speech, where people have been dragged out and right before they were hung, they had the spirit to say one day there will be a day when a black man will go for the presidency. And of course they were laughed at and hung. And this is their moment. This is not simply ours, but this is also an American moment. There were always good people of all kinds, and white folk who also said that, you know, this madness must stop. One day we will judge a person by the content of their character. And they were laughed at, perhaps hung. America had taken a great step forward here. We're not just going for a question of color, but a question of character. A person who is actually addressing or attempting to address some of the needs and deep longings of the American psyche. Now, the opportunity is there. Are we American enough to seize it? Or will we fall back into a question of defeatism, a question of me versus you, zero-sum games where we can't win? Or are we able to move to a future where we can turn to our children and say, at the moment when America needed us the most, we answered the call?
Were you really crying?
Yeah, I actually did. I am a Marine Corps grunt. If you came at me with a knife, I'd laugh. If you shot me, you better hit me right. But something like this, these are tears not simply for me. You got to remember that I am a sharecropper's son. And my mother was a domestic worker. So I actually know of these things. I was born in the Hamels housing. I was born in the projects. So I actually know of these things. Before there was food stamps, you had to stand on a line. I know of these things. But I also know an American story where you can take your guts and you can try to make a go for it, which I and my little family have done. So, yes.
What one word would you use to describe how you're feeling right now?
I am a wordsmith, and I'm trying to find incredibly hopeful, an attempt, a renewed spirit of Americanism, a renewed ability to get out there and get to the American people of every type, of every walk of life. I can relate to people who talk about they're unemployed. I can relate to people who say that they're hungry. I can relate to people who say that they're worried about their children and they're worried about foreclosures. I can relate to these people who say that their factory jobs are going overseas. We all need to come together. Surely, again, as Samuel Adams, Benjamin Franklin actually said, surely we will have to hang together or we'll hang separately. We may have come over in a different boat, but we're certainly in the same ship. In America, we have another moment. Let's seize it.